Hello everybody, John here, and today on To The Garage I'm giving you a little update on what's going on in and around the garage with the Jags and the other cars and some upcoming stuff. So in my part of the world, the weather has started to change, looking mean and moody, but we are having the occasional absolutely amazing sunset. Lincolnshire is the land of big skies, as they call it. Here's a picture I took that I would have entered in a competition if there had been one just the other day, with blue and the skyline outside the house. We're now well into October, so sorry for not sharing earlier, but October's car is John McKittrick's car, Kitten. It's a 2006 XK8 in Canada. And on our little thumbnails for the month, we have Ray Brooks, Richard Goodenough, Richard Long, Richard Scoley, and Rob Twining. It's like a page of Richard. So thanks to everybody for including yourselves in that calendar. Thanks to everybody who entered this year's calendar competition, and the news on that front is the calendar has been designed, edited, proofed, and I am now waiting for delivery of those calendars. No timeline, we'll see. I don't know how long they're going to take to get made. I'm very, very pleased with the way they've turned out. One note though, last year, as you know, I managed to get every single entrant in as a thumbnail on the bottom of the calendar. There were so many valid entrants this time. I tried and played around, and I was just trying to insert them for the sake of it. You couldn't actually use them or see them. So this year we've only got the calendar winners and a couple of variations thereof in the calendar. The new 2022 calendars, as soon as I receive them, they will be posted out to the winners, and as soon as the winners have received them, I will make the rest available on the website www.tothegarage.co.uk for you guys to purchase should you wish. I shared a video quite recently showing all 62, I think, valid entries, and I've got another idea for using those images and sharing them again with you guys in a format you might actually like and want. But I'm going to leave that to one side just for one moment. There will again be a very strictly limited edition. This year there's 200, and once they're gone, they're gone. Some of you know, lots going on in my life at the moment. Recently lost both my father and my father-in-law within 2 weeks of each other. All sorts of other things going on, including changes of property owners and just too many grown-up things going on. So a promise I made that I'm going to break is that we would have a book, a coffee table book from TTG before Christmas. I just don't see how that's going to happen at the moment. My plans are formulated, it is actually coming together, but unless I rush it, it's not going to happen. So you'll have to forgive me on that one. On the non-Jag front, I've got Ruby pulled out a little bit on the drive, as you can see, our A-Class motorhome, and she and Snoopy, our Fiat 595 Abarth. We're taking them to Bristol early next week so that they can be converted into an A-frame towed unit, which basically means we'd better hook the Abarth to the back of Ruby and drive her around, and she'll steer herself, brake herself, light herself, etc., all very effectively. And we'll have basically a tender with us wherever we are, so we can park up Ruby and use the Abarth for exploring. I should be able to give you a review of what we think of the A-frame as soon as it's in place, show you how it all works and how it all fits. We're going for an all singing, all dancing one, and it's quite clever. I think you'll be interested. Blue, the X358 2.7 diesel limousine, continues to pound out the miles. No particular new issues with her. She's still got a quiver in the driveline, which I have a plan to get properly diagnosed and see if we can resolve it once and for all. It's only a minor thing, but in a car as smooth and quiet as an XJ, you really do notice the smallest of things. Just because of the way I've got her parked, you can see her wheel arch liner rather better than normal in terms of the great big hole in it where a brick went round once upon a time. And what I'd like to do is get hold of a new wheel arch liner or some material to do some plastic welding and repair that. I almost think that plaster welding is the way to go because it's more fun and a lot cheaper. So I'll keep you informed on that, but one way or another I'm going to be repairing that wheel arch liner quite soon. And I do have a minor issue with this piece of trim which keeps bouncing up. It's obviously been removed once upon a time, not too carefully, and although it should have a very slight uphill curve towards the back, it's been bent. Somebody's lifted it and it no longer sits back, and occasionally you can get the thing to clip on depending on the weather, but a bit of vibration, temperature change, pops forward and up and leaves you with that sort of mismatch look. So I will be taking that off and resolving that issue. Still got my display box from the 25th anniversary of the launch of the XK8 show, and I will do a little video show and tell on all of that for those of you who weren't able to get to the show as soon as I get 5 minutes. I have a nice stack of Brembo products on my bench. That's got nothing to do with the XK8s or the XJ6. This is actually for my brother's Citroen Picasso C3. And I'm going to change to rear brakes for him. And I am going to video it because it's quite an interesting one. Well, to sad people like myself, in that these are discs with integral bearings and integral ABS sensors. So replacing a single rear disc replaces the wheel bearing and the ABS sensor as well. So slightly different to your average brake change. It's not terribly difficult, but yeah, a little bit more interest, a bit novel. I've been rearranging some of my power tools and trying to improve my charging station just a little bit. Still not completely happy with it, but I've got a lot of reorganizing, labeling, etc. to do over winter, so quite looking forward to spending a bit of me time in the garage. It is my happy place, and yeah, I do need to chill a little bit for my own health just at the moment, so spending a bit of time in here playing around for no apparent reason is exactly what the doctor ordered. On the bicycles front, the Electro, which is Joe's electric bike that we normally keep in the back of Ruby, recently had 2 broken rear spokes, which is interesting because it's a relatively new bike. And what was very interesting is I took it to 2 local bicycle shops neither of which was very interested in helping out, because, as they put it, oh, we don't do spokes because so many different sizes, can't hold them in stock. And the second one, oh, electric bikes, very short spokes, too much torque, gonna keep breaking them, we don't bother fixing because we get the blame. Neither's very helpful, guys. Of all places, I ended up taking it to Halfords, who were prepared to respoke it for me, but only if I bought the spokes. Because, as they put it, they can't even buy spokes for their own electric bikes that they sell. So I ended up buying some stainless steel spokes online. You'll see there's a bit of a mixture there of black steel and shiny stainless, and getting it respoked, and we'll see how that goes. I genuinely think the torque is so high on these things that constantly pulling away from standstill is bending and ripping the spokes. I predict electric bikes in the future are going to move away from this sort of style of wheel. As they get more powerful, they're going to have to go towards plastic wheels, magnesium wheels, in the same way as BMXs went in the past. £20 to have a wheel respoked, and I paid £20 for the spokes. One of my favourite bits of tape, Anamesh, and it's not even Christmas. I've been spending again. Whilst I was at the Gaydon show, the 25th anniversary, I was peeping at quite a few people's wind deflectors, and one guy in particular, sorry, I've forgotten who it is now, huge apologies, you'll remind me no doubt in the comments. I was having a little look at theirs, which was an Anamesh, just before we left the show, and then we set off in convoy so we could listen to the Anamesh exhaust on my car. I had a look at theirs and that convinced me, so I've gone for it. I've got Anamesh's wind deflector with a colour-coded edge, very nice. I've had it out of the box and checked it over. The quality of the build looks very nice. I like the look of the fittings, etc. And I will be putting that on my Carpurdy, and in doing so I will create for you a little video guide on how to install these things that's really nice and easy, so there's less guesswork involved. And that's about it for now. Just to say hi to everybody watching the show. Thank you so much for your continued support, for subscribing, for watching the videos, and for all of the great comments that we get all of the time. As I've mentioned to a couple of people recently, that the number of emails I get is epic. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's sort of been averaging 70 a day. So big apologies if you think I'm ignoring you. I'm not, or at least I'm not consciously ignoring you. If I get 5 minutes, I dib in, I answer as many as I can. Some questions I can't answer and I leave to one side with the thought of coming back to when I've got more time. Sometimes I don't get around. Yeah, so I love you all equally, and yeah, it does take me some time to answer some of the questions now. Stay safe, everybody. Look after your cats. And I will see you again real soon on To the Garage. John out. The noise was that falling off the wall. I must close the garage doors and find a better place for that to live. If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.